Alright folks, welcome back. Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. Barbecue the way you like, folks, but you already know that. Today we're going to be doing a standing rib roast, or prime rib roast, whichever way you like to call it. Old school, we call it standing rib roast or a rib roast. Alright, we won't get into details why they call it a primal cut rib roast, because it comes from the primal bone of the cow and all that crap. Alright, let's bring you down, and I will show you what we're working with here, folks. Alright, here we got us a nice big old 3-bone rib roast. We'll be cooking this on the S&S grill if I haven't mentioned that already. The S&S kettle, using the S&S slow and sear. Alright, and we got a mixture in this little Cambro. 50-50 Uncle Steve salt pepper and Uncle Steve's thick meat. Alright, 50-50, about 3 tablespoons of each, folks. No binder. I did cut away the bone though, folks, so let's put a little bit in there. We'll get the back side. It's going to be a very simple recipe, folks. Like I said, there's no binder, no butter coverage, there'll be no basting, no dry brining. This is going to be a very simple one. Got some beautiful marbling on this side, folks. Using the Uncle Steve products today. Then we're going to tie this up, take it out and throw it on the old S&S kettle. I love that little S&S kettle. Doing a good job. And we're also got a product review type thing. Not a paid sponsorship by the thing, but oh yeah, this beautiful prime rib come from the Rice Lake Butcher Shop. I'd like to thank them for donating that to today's cook. I'll leave a link to the Rice Lake Butcher Shop down below. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, you just want to tie it up, folks. You go on Amazon, buy you some of this twine, or visit your local butcher shop, say, hey, I need some twine, or they'll tie up the prime rib for you. Alrighty. You don't have to do anything fancy, just go below the, in between the bones, put you a good old surgical knot there, folks. Pull her tight. Oh, we better put one more in there, folks. There we go. Do a nice little bow tie, folks. Oh yeah, look at that. Scotty getting all fancy today. Alright, we just do one more, folks. You know the drill. Leave a little bit of a loop there, folks, so you can see it when it's cooked. Because it's going to swell up, and sometimes your little knot will disappear, and you have a hard time finding it. So, you want to make sure you get all the strings off before you eat it. Sometimes the strings are good enough to eat, folks. There we go. We'll put a fancy knot in here too, folks. Ah, just like that. Touch it up a little more of that stuff. I'm going to try to use this all up. 6 tablespoons. Try not to miss any spots. Let's give some bone some love. No binder today, folks. Alright, it smells amazing, folks. I'll leave a link as always to Uncle Steve's products. Yeah. And today we're going to be trying out, what do we got here? This Chef's Temp Quad X Pro. Now I've got this myself. This is not a sponsorship program. Tommy from the Backyard Barbecue, he swears by this thing. Alright, here's what Tommy has to say about this thing.
Now, I put the sweat of my life into this thing. I got my reputation all rolled up in it. And I have stated several times that if they leave this country and never come back. And I mean it.
Remember, he swears by this. Alright, folks, enough of Tommy. Let's go out in the backyard and see if this thing really works, folks. See you outside. Alright, guys, while the S&S is firing up, we're going to give you a chance to win one of these bad boys. Now, I paid for this with my own money. I ended up buying 2 of them. I bought one off of Tommy's link, and I bought one off Amazon link. They run about $105 off Amazon. And if you go use Tommy's link, that I think is coming close to being due on January 1st, it ends. You'll get 25% off, and you'll be able to get this bad boy for $85. But if you follow my instructions, you'll be able to win one of these bad boys. First, you have to be subscribed to my channel, Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. And then you have to be subscribed to Tommy, the Gallery Backyard Barbecue channel. Alright? And you have to go to Tommy's channel. This is very important. I'll leave a link to his video that he did on this. And you'll have to leave a comment saying, I came here from Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. Leave a comment like that. Alright? I'll be checking. Alright? Remember, leave a comment. I come here from Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. And leave a comment on my channel. I want to win. And you'll be entered to win one of these free. You have to be living in the United States, so folks, sorry. Sorry people in Alaska, Sean Owens. You have to be in the lower 48 states, folks. Alright? And in 2 weeks, after this video is released, I will be doing a duck race. And I'll pick a winner of this, and I will ship this out to you free of charge from Scotty's Backyard Barbecue, alright? Alright, after you win, you'll email me your address. I'm not going to go looking for you. So watch the video, watch the duck race, follow my instructions, what I just told you to do, and you'll be able to win one of these, alright folks? Alright, good luck. Alright, let's get this S&S kettle fired up for this rib roast. Alright guys, while the S&S grill's coming up to temperature, remember, this is not a review on how to use one of these, I'm just showing you how great these things are. I got it set for 128 internal. And the low is 115. When it gets around 115, we're going to come out here and start spraying it, basting it with some apple cider. Something like that. Nothing fancy today. Over here I got the grill temperature. The high, if it gets over 260, the alarm will go off. If it drops below 215, the alarm will go off. Alright? We got little alarms on here. We're going to turn the alarm on. See, it's going off now because everything ain't up to temp. Alright, we're going to turn that alarm on. And see, the low is 115. We're at 34 degrees right now. So that's going to go off. And that's not up to temp yet. And I can feel this thing vibrating. Alright, got all the cools and bells and whistles. Then you can silence it by just pushing the button. Except for that one, just silence. But anyways, when this gets up to temperature, this will stop blinking. This thing you can carry with you up to 500 feet. Now remember, it has to go through my barbecue shack and go through all the walls to get to the signal. And I want it to go inside my house. Gotta go through a sliding glass door and through another wall to get where I sit at my table where I do all my research. Alright, that's an easy 200 feet. Right now, no other probe that I have will go past the sliding glass door. You know, being back here in my yard, I'll usually have to move my grill closer. Alright. I say that one's blinking because it's set. You know, it's set for 115. Alright. You have to put batteries in it. Alright. We'll be monitoring this all day. If Tommy's correct, he will not have to leave the country, folks. I'll let you know how they work. Alright guys, we're going to hit the low of 215. See how it stopped blinking? And that one will keep blinking until it hits 115. Now I can start backing my vents off. Alright, on the old slow and steer. We're going to shut this down all the way. But we're going to leave this little guy open. Because it's very cold out. It's 25 degrees outside here, folks. So we're going to leave that open for a little bit. And then we're going to slowly back this off. And we're going to let it settle. Remember, you got to make these little adjustments, not big adjustments. A little bit goes a long ways, folks. Now we're going to take this baby into the house. And we're going to monitor this. I can feel it vibrating. You can turn the volume up or it'll vibrate, whatever you want to do. Okay, folks. We'll be right back if I have any trouble. If not, I'll see you later. Alright, guys. A little snowy mist out here. We've hit the 125. Ooh, it's 128 now. I've only come out and spritzed this a couple times. Look at that, buddy. Ooh, that looks great. You know, barbecue is simple. Don't make it complex. You don't need to come out here and mop it every half hour unless you want to. But I just spritzed it a couple times. Total cook time of this is only about 3 hours. The S&S kettle was holding rock solid at 250. I couldn't get it down to 225 no matter what. Awesome little machine. Alright, let me bring this in the house. We'll rest it. was cut open. Remember, you can win one of these things. Follow those directions. We gotta go. Alright guys. Remember, follow those instructions. You win this and I'll ship it out to you. 2 weeks, I'll do the duck race. I'll pick a winner. You have to contact me. I'm not going out looking for you. So if you win, email me your name and address. And you have 1 week to claim this prize, buddy. And I'll ship it out to you. Alright? Remember, go back, follow those instructions. Alright, this thing has been resting. This thing is absolutely amazing. I forget if I'm doing a video on a prime rib or a video on a temperature probe, but either way, this little thing worked out pretty good. All the alarms, bells, and whistles went off like it's supposed to. I pulled it at 125. It climbed to as high as 138, and it dropped back down, and we're now sitting at 121, folks. Alright, right now I haven't really found anything wrong with this. Word of warning though, if you use one of these, some few complaints about it not being waterproof. I'm not too sure about that, but you know, with this range, you know, just cover it up with a plastic bag. I don't think it's going to hurt the range any. Alright, let's bring you down here and I'll show you what we got, folks. Alright guys, here it is. Remember, this is off of S&S kettle, folks. Oh, it's made beautiful. I'm going to pull this out. I had this right about in the center of the meat there. Alright. Now all these things, you'll see the alarm going off and everything. So we're going to shut this down. Hold the buttons in for a few seconds. It all shuts off. We got vibration, got alarms. Alright, enough talking about that probe. They do work great. Tommy does not have to leave the country now. We're in good standing now with Tommy. Pull these strings off. Boy, they smell good. The S&S kettle held solid at 250. The highest it's got was 258. I couldn't get it down to 225 though. I shut all the vents down and everything. It just held rock steady at 250. Ooh, this thing smells good. Nice and smoky. I'm going to pull these bones off. Finish cutting that through. There we go. These are going to be good eating tonight, folks. I'm going to put that right in that foil. Keep that warm. Now, we didn't lose a lot of juice, folks. I don't know if you can see that, but very little juice come out of there. Alright, let's take it off the tray so we can cut it. Now, you might not get the wall-to-wall pink from a charcoal grill because you got all that heat being up through the dome, forcing it down on top of this. But we'll see how we did. Should be a medium rare, I hope. Alright folks, here we go. Anyways, it's about that probe. Make sure you do what you said to win. I'm really excited about it. It definitely has a good range of 500 feet. It went through all the walls. I walked through my house. It did an amazing job. Alright, here we go. Whoa. Ow. Ow, gee. We did get the wall-to-wall pink, folks. We kept it at 250. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that beautiful prime rib, folks. Wow. Let's cut us off a slice, folks. Remember, this from the Rice Lake Butcher Shop. They donated this to my channel. I'll leave all their information down below. You can check them out if you're ever in the northwestern Wisconsin area. This is a beautiful prime rib, folks. Got a nice big top cap on there. The finalis, people like to see. We got the Uncle Steve's shake on there. Salt, pepper, garlic, and we used the thick meat. Let's see how that tastes, folks. Oh man. Bark is killer, folks. I'll just come out sprayed every once in a while with water. Oh. Let's try that eyeball, folks. Bring that up. Cut that off. Alright, folks, here we go. Wow. There's a great smoky flavor. That's tender. Wow, folks. Very good. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. Remember, keep your barbecue simple. Don't complicate it with a whole bunch of fancy stuff. You too can make a beautiful prime rib on your charcoal kettle. This is S&S kettle. You do it on the Weber kettle. Don't let it climb over 250. I use applewood, in case I haven't mentioned that. I use, wait a minute, what do I use? I use Kingsford apple charcoal, and I use hickory wood for the nice smoky flavor. Wow. And that Uncle Steve shake, salt, pepper, garlic on the outside, and the thick meat had a beautiful bark, folks. Look at that. Insane bark. Ooh. Alright, folks, thanks for watching.